the viewers. But we'll see. I kind of want to level up my monsters a bit.
Yes, you can.
But it's whatever, so...
Yeah, so the feeding route's a bit better this time around.
I mean, if we say we split up, we don't actually, like, give him important information.
Why was he sneaking? I didn't see any birds. I'm not sure why the sneak. So I feel like if you actually went up and over, you actually would have gotten distance, as well as those reavers would have become to you a little bit better. Now remember, you don't want to go back towards the cave. Yeah, you want to go out this way. Yes, perfect. Now do remember, it does... Oh, nope, no, you're going back into the cave. Not sure what that was all about. So should have pings. Could probably have domed. Okay, so the whole team is getting ready. Remember, you don't want to fight the Elder Kraken in the cave. You probably want to fight it out a little bit more over here. Probably around the building. Fighting around this building is probably the best. Nice harpoon by Griffin. Good, straight to lightning. Now remember, as soon as you hear that lightning, if you're the one being focused, you have to avoid it. If you don't avoid the lightning strike, you're going to get down pretty instantly.
Out of my sight, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Walk right into that lightning strike. You have to avoid the lightning strike. So against Elder Kraken, chain lightning, you're pretty much never going to dodge. You just don't want to be grouped up, but you can't really dodge it. Outside of that, the lightning strike, that's what you want to dodge all the time, no matter what. As soon as you hear it, if you're being focused and you don't see red everywhere, go forward towards the direction you're going. Don't go backwards. Wow, really, yeah. This is a wipe. Hunters just all sorts of grouped up, and medic went around block line of sight towards the rest of the
He
team.
was not kidding about wrecking this.
Now it would be perfect if you could just die so I could plant the beacon.
At least he's doing a job on safety white Kraken main.
Yeah.
Run! Run! Save you! Save you!
Well,
Run!
but yeah, like basically they're just not avoiding the lightning strike, and you have to avoid the lightning strike. If you can't avoid the lightning strike, Elder Kraken's just going to poop all over you. Also, blocking a lot of line of sight and not going towards healing beacons. You need to... really bad positioning by the hunters on this map, or on this game.
I can heal.
Like again, you're not going through healing buoys, like, and you heal bursted without being in the heal buoy range. Absolutely, you can't, yeah. Just really fundamentals here. You can't run around circles around this big of a target. You're blocking sight. You're not going to get damage from your team because everyone's not going to be able to see the monster or you. has to be something small, kind of like these ones over here. Like that's a perfect pillar to run around.
Run.
GG. Sorry, give me like 5 seconds, everyone. Okay, so the biggest thing is that all of the hunters were out of position almost all the time. You have to dodge lightning strike. Like that's the only ability you really can and should try and jetpack dodge. The rest of the time you are going around large obstacles that lost you line of sight from your support and your healer. If you're ever getting attacked, you always want to head towards the support and or medic, because again, the medic and support should be kind of like in the center of the area so that they can heal and they have line of sight on everything. Sorry, handling. Hold on. Small work-related thing. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so lightning strike is the biggest thing. Chain lightning, chances are you're not going to be able to avoid because it's just a really strong ability, and I think that's the only thing Elder Kraken really has going for it. And so you're not, as long as you're not clumped up, you shouldn't have to worry too much about that. That being the case, you can't really avoid Banshee missiles because good Elder Krakens will use that point blank. And Vortex you can just kind of walk out of. There's no knockback or CC that Elder Kraken really has aside from heavy attacks, so you can kind of just walk and mosey out. It doesn't really do much. But the moment you get used to hearing that lightning strike sound. The moment you hear that lightning strike sound, you do a mental checklist. If you are being focused by the Elder Kraken and you do not see the red lightning strike, jetpack forward. It doesn't matter if you're going towards the monster or whatever, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be behind you because good Krakens herd you into it, and not the other way around. If you're not being focused, you don't really have to worry about it. In fact, you can always call, behind or ahead if you have a lot of good teamwork to tell the rest of the team where it is. But generally speaking, if you hear that sound and you don't see it, and you're being targeted, jump towards, go towards the direction whatever you're looking at. That's the most important thing. So you need to watch that more than anything else. That being the case, a lot of misposition. Like I said, you're breaking off line of sight from your support, so the drone and Sunny couldn't boost you out of there. So if you do run circles around something, make sure it's small and that you're still keeping up line of sight. But a lot of times you went around the long way, and the rest of the team wasn't able to do damage and things like that as well. But mostly it was just a lot of mispositions that was able to let the Kraken get out. Also, Emmett, when you have a heal burst up, always throw a buoy before you heal burst. Otherwise, the heal burst doesn't heal you for very much at all. So always be very careful about that. That being the case, if you do know that you're going to be focused as Emmett, try and throw healing buoys in the direction where you're wanting to go, which is, again, always towards the support. And then the Trapper should be able to get behind the medic at that point, and then Harpoon and things like that, because that's what Griffin really excels at. But you can't. Like, the only thing you can move people to is your heavy attacks. You have no other knockback or forms of CC. Like, I disagree. I still think that Vortex on Elder Kraken is pretty hot poop. And I only would take it because of feeding. And that's the only reason why. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do one more, but just remember, focus on avoiding the lightning strikes, because that's the most important thing to avoid, and it's pretty much the only one you can use your jetpack for.